All right, happy Monday, Inspire Beauty, favorite day of the week. I'm just going to, what is this? I'm just going to get into it. Sorry, the share had a different button on it. So many updates all the time. Okay, we're diving in with announcements. Success Club leaderboard real quick. I'm super pumped. It's like the 3 A's across the board. I was like, oh, that's cute. Annie, Amanda, and Annie all on the board with 2 points. And this week we are doing, if you are on the Business Builder page, we are doing a like an Emerald Again push. And we're gonna do this for the next couple months for 10 days each month. Excuse me, sorry. I'm super scratchy right now. We're gonna do this for 10 days each month. And it's a push for you to get out of your comfort zone a little bit and talk more about the business side of things. And also a push for you to learn how to invite to the business side of things, but also it is a reflective opportunity for you to decide, why are you a coach? Like, what are you doing here? Who are you trying to serve? Where are you going with this thing? So lean into this, you guys. It's literally 10 days of just posting. So if you're like, I get stuck on what to talk about all the time, I got your back for 10 days. Lean into it. But this is also an awesome opportunity, even if you're not on the board for Success Club. I don't want that little, like, often I've had that demon in the back of my head that's like, ooh, you shouldn't invite to coaching, Britt, because you're not at Success Club yet. Why not? Because I would enroll a coach with a challenge pack to get to Success Club, wouldn't I? And that doesn't mean I can't have ongoing conversations about joining my boot camp in the process. But for the next 10 days, we are going to lean in to coaching. So excited. I'm so excited to see where this takes each of your businesses. Keep in mind, next week, Salted Caramel Shakeology is launching a week from tomorrow. I am going to be sprinkling stuff throughout. I already started sprinkling some information for you guys. There's a Google Doc I gave on the Business Builder page today that is money. If you haven't opened that up and looked at everything that's in there, please do yourself a favor and do that. It gives you all sorts of launching opportunities for your challenge group, for your social media stories, emails that you can send out, as well as your team page. On our team page, you'll see me talking all about Salted Caramel Shakeology and different recipes people can try that are a little off the beaten path to get people enticed about it. And so feel free to take that stuff and sprinkle that towards your team pages or towards your challenge group community, because this is an opportunity, you guys, whenever something like this launches. I know it's not Success Club points when it's a 14 pack. You're not going to get SC points, but you're going to get volume and you're going to get commission. So this is a big stinking deal. Okay. Let me keep going. Ooh, let me click out of that. Summit retreat. We talked about this last week. I'm not going to get into it too much, but you guys, there's a little less than a week left for you to, number one, get your ticket for it, but also number two, to rank qualify for your swag bag. Everybody's swag bag will have the same base things in it. And then based on the rank you are when you wake up on Thursday, June 25th, that's what rank swag bag you will get. So if you want a diamond swag bag, you're pushing for diamond by Thursday, June 25th. If you want a ruby swag bag, if you want an emerald swag bag, and then there's a regular coach swag bag. So make sure that you know that you've got until Wednesday next week, okay? So a week from this Wednesday to get all your ducks in a row for your rank so that you can wake up to that rank for your swag bag, okay? Excuse me. To go along with that, you guys, I put up new team merch. We've got our pineapple mug. It's got pineapples on the front, Inspire Beauty on the back. Super cute. Make sure you snag one of those because those are perfect for coffee chat. Love it for that. But we're also going to be doing a coffee and donuts for Summit, and I thought that this would be super cute if we all had matching team mugs, of course, right? But if you didn't get like tank tops or hoodies or whatever last time, that is also open too. So go check out those links. I shared them on the team page, but they're also on the event page for Summit. Let's dive in to tonight's content. Success, you guys, in this business, you're gonna like smack me upside the face. You're like, for real, Brett, you're gonna say this? Success is simple in this business. It's so simple, you guys. But don't confuse simple with easy. That's the difference. Our workout plans, like if I want to do lift 4 from start to finish, It is simplified for me, you guys. Joel and his team of experts did all of the hard work for me. They figured out when I need to lift, when I need to recover, what muscle groups to work together, how to combine it with HIIT training so that I'm going to like burn calories and shed fat. They did the dirty work and they simplified it for me. That doesn't mean that lift 4 is easy, because I got my butt handed me today doing lift 4. And I was like, oh man, I forgot how hard this workout is. Okay, here we go, Joel. Okay, it's simple, it's simplified, but showing up to do the workout and disciplining myself might not be easy. This business is the same. Success in this business is very simple. You hear it time and time again on the National Wake Up Call when they're like, I just do the vital behaviors. I just do the vital behaviors. I just do the vital behaviors. And you're like, okay, like obviously not. You are a unicorn. It's that they've done those simple behaviors when it's inconvenient. They've done those simplified behaviors when life got in the way, right? There's a consistency, a tenacity, a grit, a discipline to those simple tasks and behaviors, right? But let's not confuse it with easy. Because if it was easy, we already know that every single stinking person on this team would be like the next top coach. And that's not the case, right? That's not the case. We see people come in and come out, and we see people, say that they're all in, and then something happens, and this and that, the yo-yo, right? Or I call it the stick shift coach. And to me, that's really exhausting, okay? It's not easy, but it is simple. So I want to break down some things tonight. Trust me, this is not, you're not going to be bored, okay? If we're going to talk about the vitals, and I know you're like, the vitals, really? I know the vitals, Brittany. I could tell you the 4 vitals. I love it. So many coaches can tell me the 4 vitals, yet we pick and choose about doing them. So tonight I'm going to, the whole month of June was all about the mindset and the habits and the actions of a successful coach. And I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't talk about the vitals and how those truly apply to your success in this business. And I'm calling this Do Your Crap. And this do your crap idea is not mine. I cannot coin it. I cannot take it. Micah Folsom is the person who came up with this, and she kind of bled it out to her team. And it's something I've actually taught our team probably over a year ago now. So I was like, I need to talk about doing your crap again, because we got to get to doing our crap. So the first thing is proof of the products, right? We know this. It is your job to get results. Getting results, showing your journey, being proof of the products, it builds credibility. It builds trust with people. It builds confidence in you. And the reality is, you guys, this business is based around one thing: getting results. That's it. This business is based around one thing. So if you're like, I'm having a hard time, maybe you haven't gotten results. Maybe you're lacking the credibility, the trust, and the confidence around that. The thing is, you probably joined after watching your coach show up day after day after day. And sometimes it's interesting to put yourself like in your coach's shoes or in the person you followed's shoes and think about how relentless that must have been, how much grit and discipline they must have had to show up day after day after day in order to just inspire you to make that one yes. Now it's your turn to follow suit with that same tenacity, that same grit, that same discipline to show up day after day after day. One thing that I know with proof of the products is I was just talking with Amanda, we have so many products, you guys. So if you have somebody enroll and they don't like vanilla vegan Shakeology, well, that's nice. Have they tried Mixed Berry Energize? Have they tried Orange Recover? Have they tried a vegan beach bar? Have they tried Hydrate? Have they tried Collagen? Have they tried the 3-day refresh? What about the ultimate reset? There are so many products that we have. And so for me, every chance that I have, I replace something that Beachbody comes out with and offers. So for example, I used to get different types of granola bars or energy bars to have after a workout, or maybe just keep in my purse or whatever. But the second that Beachbody came out with beach bars, well, I don't buy any bars anymore. I don't buy this brand. I don't buy that brand. I buy my beach bars. So I do my grocery shopping via my Beachbody account, right? Same thing applies to like hydrate. I don't buy Gatorade anymore, you guys. I buy hydrate, and I talk about why that's a better option. In terms of running, I don't sample. In fact, if you followed my story the other day, I talked about how we had like a random packet of an energy supplement from a different company, and it was just sitting there, and I ran out of Energize, so I used it, and it was disgusting, you guys. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for what we have with Energize. I feel so spoiled. Like, I needed to see the other side for a second. And so like when I'm running and I'm talking to runners, I'm talking about this supplement, the why Recover is so incredible when I'm doing my long runs, or why Energize is important, or why Hydrate is really important too. So any chance, you guys, that you have to try something that Beachbody's offering, whether it is a supplement or even a workout, it's a chance for you to gain confidence in what we have. So come Tuesday, when Salted Caramel Shakeology comes out, I hope you already have it stuck in your mind that no matter what, you're going to purchase Salted Caramel Shakeology, because how the heck could you promote it or talk to other people about it when you haven't tried it yourself, right? Same thing goes for, you know, our nutrition programs. When 2B Mindset came out, I purchased the videos, I purchased the workbooks, I did the whole program, I learned it, I did it, implemented it, okay? When Ultimate Portion Fix came out, I wasn't like, oh, I did 2B Mindset, so I'm not going to do this one. No, I want to educate myself. So I bought Ultimate Portion Fix. I watched all the videos. I did the workbook. I did the trainings so that I can compare. And I can tell my clients, okay, you sound like you fall more into this cup. You sound like you fall more into this cup. And I can offer an honest opinion, right? It's a chance, again, for you to gain confidence in what we have. Same with programs. Muscle burns fat. When that comes out, I don't want you to judge a book by its cover, because had I done that for 10 rounds, I wouldn't have done the stinking program. And I actually loved 10 rounds, right? So it's important that you try everything. The first place to spot check too when you're in a funk is this. Are you posting and talking about your journey with excitement and energy, or are you in a rut when it comes to your journey? Maybe you're really confident about your fitness side of things, but have you looked at the nutritional side of things? Do you talk about, you know, your daily shake? Do you talk about a nutrition sort of school of thought that you fall into, right? So many times I hear coaches say, I'm going to take a step back, or they don't even say it, they just do it. And this is the thing that blows my freaking mind, you guys. The business is built upon taking care of yourself. So why would you step back? You're going to step back from taking care of yourself? What's that going to do? How's that? Like, it's like a Dr. Phil moment. How's that going for you? Like, how's that working? Probably not so well. That's the beauty of this business and what we do. Instead, you flip the script and you say, I'm going to step up into my business instead of giving myself an out, right? To me, taking a step back becomes an excuse to coast, right? And I don't think anyone joined because they wanted to coast through things, right? So taking a step back, if you start to feel that pull of, even if you don't say it out loud, but you feel that pull of retreat, and I'm gonna kind of back up a little, think about it for a second. Why are you doing that? Where is that stemming from? And instead, flip it, step into it, lean into it, press into your physical results. Vital behavior number 2, connect, invite, follow up. There are 3 buckets of people, you guys. Bucket number 1 are people who never do this. This is why they never hit Success Club month after month after month. They're like, I'm working my business. No, you're not. You're posting on social media and praying that people come to you. I did that for the first 2 years of my business, and I was not successful. Okay. So I was in that first bucket, the people who never did it. I didn't connect people. I refused to invite people. I thought following up meant I was being like pushy, right? And so I just didn't do any of it. And I hoped and prayed that somebody would just throw themselves at me and their credit card. No. The other extreme end of it, the other bucket over here, is the people who spam others and overdo it. I've also seen coaches on our team do this, where they are like, like, get out of my way, I'm doing this business. And then they spam every single person that they're friends with on Facebook, or that have ever like looked at them on Instagram. And all of a sudden they don't have anybody else to talk to, because they've already offended and spammed everybody, and they overdo it. And so then they get burnt out, because yeah, maybe they had instant success in the beginning with that, because there were some people that were interested, but it wasn't a solid foundation on which to stand, because those people quickly realized that they were just a number, right? And the other people are quickly realizing that this is just like, you know, that person on social media that all of a sudden has this new thing they're doing, right? So those are the two extremes. The middle bucket, you guys, is those who master the art of authentic and confident expansion, connection, and inviting. Be that third bucket. Be the person who masters the art of authentic and confident expansion of your network, connection of your network, and the invitation process. That's what you're striving for. How can you be in that third bucket more so? It's your job, you guys, again, so it's our job to get results. It's also your job to meet new people. Think of it. This is called network marketing. Network marketing. When I think, if somebody's like, ooh, I'm a marketing professional, what do I think of when somebody tells me that they're in marketing or that's the degree they're getting or whatever? I immediately think that they're selling something, right? They're marketing, they're branding, they have probably a voice on social media, right? And so marketing is that. That's your journey. That's you. That's your brand. Network marketing, networking. Think about it. If you're like, oh, I'm networking with people, what are you doing? You're schmoozing, you're talking. You're like, hey, right? Networking. That's the connection. That's meeting new people. So I think sometimes we forget what industry we're really in. We are in the industry of connecting with people and marketing ourselves so that the people we connect with, when they need what we have, we're there for them. Your job isn't to meet new people so that everyone buys from you when everyone joins you. That's not your job. Your job is to meet new people, constantly be in a state of engaging with others so that if someone happens to need what you have, you're there for them. Now, if you're like, no one needs what I have, you haven't been meeting and talking with enough people, right? It's just numbers. That's it. So again, master the art of expanding, connecting, and inviting. We're not going to talk about that tonight, but if you're like, I struggle with this, Brittany, my best advice is get your freaking butt on YouTube and just type it in. How do I expand in network marketing? How do I grow my Instagram account? And I would make sure that you look at like June 2020, because that is always changing and evolving as Instagram changes and evolves, right? So I would always make sure it's really relevant to right now. But how do I connect with people in network marketing? How do I invite people in network marketing? Like type these things in. Beachbody inviting. Beachbody, like literally type them in. I promise you, you will start to find so many golden nuggets. And again, though, this isn't that bucket of spamming. There is an art that is authentic. When you're authentically expanding, you're not just expanding to anyone that has a pulse, right? You know who you're reaching out to, you know who you're looking for. And the authentic connections too, and authentic invites. Gone are the days of the hey girl message that you send like immediately after friending somebody, because that like just screams, I'm not authentic. That just screams that. Those days are gone. That used to work. It doesn't work anymore. I don't send hey girls. I really try to make my invite sound as if like we were just standing here together. I was like, oh my gosh, you should totally come with me to the movies tonight. That's how I want my invites to sound. Like I am authentically connecting with them to join me. And confident. That confidence, again, though, comes through practice and repetition. It comes through not doing it very correctly. It comes through stumbling upon your words sometimes. It comes through, okay, that didn't work yesterday, so I'm going to try it like this today. That just comes with trying, you guys. The confidence is built through the process. You have to just do it. So if you're like, I'm not confident in inviting, invite more. I'm not confident at connecting people, connect more. Okay? It's got to be an every single day thing, not just when you feel like it, or when it's convenient, or when you're aiming for a big goal, or the stars align, right? It's got to be an everyday thing, because those goals that you want to hit, they'll just be gravy. Like I never worry that I'm not going to hit Success Club, you guys. My name wasn't on that board tonight when I introduced, everybody who's crushing it so far in June. Am I sweating? No. Am I worried? No. I've got so many people I'm talking with and share hearts out, and I know that it's just a matter of time, right? And so you don't stress about things like hitting Success Club when you know that this is something you do every day, right? Okay, third one, getting people results. Now, here's the kicker. You can't do this behavior if you don't have anyone to help. So if you don't have a team, you have to grow a team. If you don't have clients who are in your group, who like literally just started this month, like fresh clients all the time, then you got to go back to 1 and 2. You haven't mastered vital behavior 1 and 2 if you don't have anyone to help, right? But here's the kicker. This is the sole driver of your business. This is the sole driver of your business. Excuse me 1 second. Husband decided to have FaceTime real loud. God, I love him. Okay. Guys, this is the sole driver of your business. Okay? And this is why I love Beachbody. Your job begins when they say yes. I love Beachbody. I say this all the time, right? If you've ever been on my calls, you're like, yeah, I've heard it before. But I want it to sink in. Like, I could sell leggings through another company, and the second that I buy leggings from you, I don't need leggings anymore. So I'm good. We're done. When I go into Target and I check out, our relationship's over. They got my money. I got the product. We're done. But in Beachbody, in the work we do, your job begins when they come through the door. Your job begins when they come through the door, because now it's your turn to help get them results. The thing is, you want people to love their results so much that they want to pay it forward. That's the end goal, you guys. Like, when we're talking about doing our crap, like, we start here with this funnel of people we're following, right? Or I guess I should say at the top, let's funnel it downward. So you got all the people you're following. And then you siphon those people into the people you invite. And then it siphons down, it filters down. So the people you invite, now there's people who say, yeah, I want more information. And then it funnels down. I give them the more information, and then there's people who really want, like, yeah, I'm in, okay? And then they join, and they get results, and then they want to pay it forward and be a coach. And it just, like, think about that funnel. It's really big at the top. And then it slowly trickles down. So if you want a lot of people on your team getting results and loving the stuff, think about how big the top's got to be, right? If you only have a teeny tiny top of people you're talking to, you're only talking to 3 or 4 people, well, that's not going to you're going to get stuck. The funnel's going to get clogged. You don't want that to happen, right? You want that to always be flowing. And the pipeline, again, comes back up to here, is expanding your network and connecting with people authentically, right? But once we get them through the door, we want them to fall in love with their results, with their journey, with the community, so much that they want to pay it forward, whether it's in the groups that they love their journey and their results, and they just want to pay it forward, and they become like your MVP. Like, guys, I've got challengers who are so amazing. They're always in there loving on other people because they just love the community. They're not out on social media schlepping shakes or talking about the business or anything, but they are an asset to my business because they have loved this community and their results so much that they pay it forward in some way, shape, or form. I also have people who love their results as coaches so much that they want to pay it forward in the business. And so they want to grow a big team, and they want to see their coaches duplicate their results and their success. So it doesn't just have to be groups, it can also be in the business. Okay? But we have to know that when somebody joins us, we have to be intentional with our time, giving them the tools to learn. So when somebody says yes, and we're going to talk through this a little bit more in detail, but what is your, like, some things to, like, kind of get your wheels turning in the meantime? What's your process when someone joins? Do you send them an email? How do they know how to access bod groups? How do they know how to download the app? Do you have a script you send? Are you always constantly, like, reinventing it every time somebody joins you? Or do you have a system in place so that when someone buys their challenge pack, you know, for me, I send them an email. It has a PDF in it, and it's got all of the information. I also have scripted, like, responses, just like I script an invite. I have scripted responses for once they enroll to let them know what the next step is, right? So what's your system? You want to be intentional about how these people will learn about their tools. whether it's learning what great recipes to use for Shakeology, learning about the different program options they have when they get their BOD access, right? Learning how to access the group and how to track their workouts and their nutrition, right? You also have to be intentional as you grow your team in how do you mentor and support them. This is all duplicatable, you guys. The cool thing is, I hope you noticed on the team page, our Coach Quick Start is going into the units tab as we speak. So every day for the next 2 weeks, you're gonna see Coach Quick Start every day, every day, every day. This is an awesome opportunity because now it exposes all of your coaches to the very first thing that they need to do when they enroll, which is plug into training. Understand what coaching even is, understand how to post on social media, right? The tools are there for them, but are you supporting them and connecting them to get to those tools, right? And so again, building a team, empowering others, even building your challenge groups, it starts, you guys, with them getting results. So we don't wanna this one can be an easy checkbox where I contributed to my challenge group today. Okay, did you just post your thing and kind of leave? Or did you just give somebody a heart on something and kind of leave? What to you was contribution, right? And so it becomes a different, rather than just a little checkbox, yeah, I checked in my team page. It becomes so much more because we realize the weight of people sticking around is right on this vital behavior. Okay, by the way, this vital behavior didn't exist when I began. That one's brand new. But we realized over the last 6.5 years how much weight that carries, that people stay around when they feel valued, when they feel wanted, and they feel supported, right? Okay, and the last vital, I promise this is so crucial, what we're gonna talk about next, personal growth. All of the things that hold you back in your business, I'm gonna come in hot with this one, you guys, are you ready? All of the things that hold you back in your business are also holding you back in your life. Whoo! Let that soak in for a second, because I think I punched you hard with a little gut check. This is what kills me when I see coaches walk away, or I see coaches allow their limiting beliefs or their fears or their excuses or whatever it is to hold them back in business. My sorrow doesn't come because they're being held back in business. I want everyone to be amazing in business, in Beachbody. I believe all of you can. It's not that so much. It's that I know it's parallel to life. And so when I witness a coach hold themselves back in their business, I know for a fact that bleeds into their life in some way, shape, or form, because this business is a complete parallel. That's what I love so much about it. It parallels life. It parallels faith. Fitness and faith parallel each other so beautifully. It's so incredible. But this business parallels your life. So this is a thing where it's I don't care that you take this thing and you get better at it so that you can hit Success Club. I care that you get better at it so that your family gets better. I care about it so that chains are broken in your life. I care about it so that you're not held back by something that no longer serves you, right? That's why I care. I want you to get over it so you can transform your life. That's the deal. That's my battle cry. That's my heart cry. When I always talk about this too, when I watch coaches completely walk away from the business, either coach cancellation form goes in or they just drop out inactive and you don't hear from them, because that's happened, what breaks my heart is that I've yet to see someone walk away from their business and go on to thrive somewhere else. And I don't say that lightly, because I would love for someone to walk away from our team and go crush it because they just had this on their heart that they had to write a book and be an author or stand on stage and speak to people and empower them, or they wanted to start a cooking show on YouTube, and so they left our team because they just needed to do a freaking YouTube cooking show. I would be hello, I'm for you. How do I support that? That's not what I see. When I see coaches leave the team or back away into the wall, and it's have you ever seen that Homer Simpson meme or GIF where he backs into the bush? If you guys have never seen it, it's hilarious. That's when it's like that. When I see somebody kind of just back away into the bush, whatever's holding them back in their business, I know is holding them back in their life. And that's what breaks my heart the most. So dig into that. Lean into changing that. Get over that so you can transform your life. So like, if I could wave a magic wand over your head right now, and I'd be like, everything you want in your life, your dreams, your visions, your goals, everything you want in that dream life of yours is possible. And that's it. I just like deemed you worthy. Everything's gonna happen. Your dream life is possible. Do you have that inner dialogue that happens in the back of your mind that gives you reasons why you can't or why it's not? Do you automatically have this like loop that goes on that says, well, yeah, it would be nice to have that. It would be nice to leave my job, but I don't know. It's probably not possible. Or it would be nice, you know, to be able to pay for a vacation for my spouse with my Beachbody money because we never get to travel, but I probably can't do that. Like, do you end up having an inner dialogue that gives you reasons why you can't? That's the stuff you got to attack. Those are the things you want to write down. Those are the fears you need to acknowledge head on and attack them, you guys, like your dreams depend on them. This personal growth area is so transformative. There is a freaking reason why my wall is covered in books, but it's not enough to just read the book. You got to do the thing too, right? Be intentional too, you guys, with what and where you need growth. Just because I pick something for book club doesn't mean it matches to what you need right now. Just because someone is listening to a podcast today that was recommended doesn't mean that that's going to speak life into you. Okay? But just know that when your mindset shifts, that is when everything else will happen too. When your mindset shifts, that's when everything else happens too. This business, it's like a switch that just clicks on. All of a sudden, when your mindset is like, whoa, wait a second, why have I been telling myself that my whole life? All of a sudden you see things with a new lens. And so that's what personal growth can do for you. And that's why it's so important. The two things I would ask a coach that's struggling: one, what are you doing about the things that are holding you back in your business? How are you getting over those things? How are you leaning into growth? And two, how's your fitness journey going, right? Those two things are why people are stuck. Okay, so let's do a little checklist together. You just send the answer, and this is just on your own because I want you to keep score, okay? So at the end, together, we'll be like, okay, I had 9 out of 15, or I had 4, you want to know how many you have out of 15, okay? So, number 1, are you being proof the products work? And I don't just mean Beachbody On Demand. I mean, are you showing Shakeology? Are you showing Energize? Are you showing your meal plans? Are you showing, that the products are working on other people too that are in your community? Are you being proof the products work? Number 2, is your status still active? This one is hilarious to me because there are people who say, I want to work a business, and then they allow their account to go inactive, which makes no sense to me because how are you, it goes back to number 1, how are you being proof of the products if you aren't drinking your shake, right? Like they go hand in hand. And so if you have too much Shakeology on hand, that means you haven't been drinking it, so you need to drink it. Or if you have a problem, and I say this every Wednesday on our Active Again post, if you have a problem of going active, or you know a coach of yours is struggling to stay active because of finances, again, that's no way to live life. It's no way to live life to every 5-week stress about finances, about, oh, I hope my shake doesn't go through because I can't afford that. Trust and believe, I've literally been there. But you can sell things through your account to keep it active and to make up for that shake that gets taken out of your checking account, right? So staying active, you guys, is just like being proof of the products work. 3, are you currently receiving a monthly subscription product? Meaning Home Direct. So Shakeology Home Direct, Energize, Recover Home Direct, whatever Home Direct, are you currently receiving that subscription? Number 4, have you completed a program from start to finish this year? Do you listen to the National Wake Up Call each week? And if it's not live, when I was in my teaching days, I could not listen live. So every Monday, when I and this used to be a dial-up thing. You guys, this is how old I feel like a grandmother right now telling you this. It was a dial-up National Wake Up Call. You called into it. It wasn't this like fancy thing on Facebook. We called like an 800 number and then like pressed like the extension and you listened. But those weren't you couldn't call back to that. So there was like a recorded line you could call. And every Monday when I got out of work, I'd get in my car. Before I left the parking lot, I would call the recorded hotline and I would listen to the National Wake Up Call as I was driving home every Monday. So it was scheduled. Even though I couldn't be on it live, it was a scheduled staple. So if you're listening to the recording, are you like hoping you listen to the recording, or is it a scheduled time in your week where you're like, this is when I listen to the National Wake Up Call, as if it were live? Okay, I'm gonna give number 5A like 5B or a 5A, like another little bullet to that. Do you comment under my post on the team page every week with your takeaways? That's community. That's leaning in. That's being a part of what's going on, right? We just talked about that a second ago, a connected coach, successful coach, and like being a part of that, like getting people results. Getting people results. You know how I get our team results? I lead from the front. So if you want your teammates to get results, if you want your teammates to listen to the National Wake Up Call, if you want your teammates to get takeaways from it, it starts with you, right? So maybe you listen to it, but are you religious about commenting with your takeaways to make our team better? Okay, number 6, do you get on our team calls live? Hey-o, you get one. Everybody tonight gets one. So if you're like, Brittany, I don't have any so far. I gave you like, what do you call this, a lob? I gave you a lob. You get on our team calls live or recorded. Same as before. You guys, one of my favorite times was when Kristen was, I think it was around the holidays, and her schedule adjusted for her nursing and for her nursing job, not nursing a baby. That's very different. But you get it. Okay. Her schedule adjusted as a nurse, and she would listen to the recordings as she drove home because it was just like slightly off. So by the time she was driving home, the recording was up, and so she would listen to it. And before, like, I even put my head on the pillow that night, she already shared her takeaways on the recording. So there's another little bullet to this. If you're listening to the recording, are you engaging with it as if you were on live? Do you go back to the picture that I always share on Monday night and go back to it and comment on it and share your takeaways and be present with the community, right? Number 7, are you registered for our summit? Yeah, I kicked your dog. Are you registered for summit? For the $30 summit? And have you told somebody else that they need to register that you haven't seen? There's only 14 people registered right now. That's mind-blowing to me. 14? Are you kidding me? Like, that breaks my heart because it's a virtual event. What? Like, so are you telling people, not telling people, hey, you should do this with me? Are you saying, you need to sign up, here's the link? Right? Like, come on, we've got to make a culture of people wanting to be together. This team, and it doesn't work if it's just me making a culture of let's all hang out together. It has to be you guys. I hope you get that. You guys are my lifeline to then reach out to the next, right? So it starts with me. Are you registered for Summit? And if you are, how can you extend that forward? Are you planning on attending the next Super Saturday? We'll skip that one for now, but you can even ask yourself, did you attend the last one when we had the virtual Super Saturday? Did you attend it? You can give yourself a yes or a no for that. Number 9, can you verbalize why you want to blank? Today we talked about goals. Like, what are your June goals? We've been talking a lot about rank goals right now. Some people are talking about like major puke goals. Can you verbalize why you want that? Number 10, are you showing up daily on social media? And I don't just mean your stories, I also mean your feed. And I also mean in the way you're connecting with people, right? 11, are you posting with purpose, and on purpose and with strategy? Meaning, do you know like what you're inviting to and when you should start talking about that? Or do you just slap something up because you're like, crap, I didn't post anything on social media today, I'm supposed to, so I should just put something up. Okay, here's a picture of my dog, and hello, my dog gets me likes, so I put him up there all the time. Hello, he is bait for that. But there's strategy behind that. because I'm like, okay, I need them to love on my stuff because I want to be seen more. So there will be a strategy to me showing the dog, not just putting Frankie up because I don't have anything else to say, right? Posting with and on purpose and with strategy. Okay, 12, did you hit Success Club last month? 13, did you finish a personal development book or program, podcast, whatever, last month in May? Did you successfully implement a tip, a tool, or a strategy from a recent training, whether it's a team call, national wake-up call, if you did Coach Quick Start, have you successfully implemented something you learned? Or are you just sitting on knowledge? And the last one, are you actively engaged with everyone on your team? Right? So again, this comes back to, and actively engaged to me isn't just a like on a post. And truly, it's not even just a comment on a post. Actively engaged is you contributing your own unique voice, right? There are things that you're going to think about for Salted Caramel launch that I'm not going to think about. And our team would be so much better if you would share it and not shy away from it. I had a conversation with some leaders the other day on our team about they wanted to create this atmosphere where we talked about going emerald and emerald and emerald and emerald. And I was like, yeah, but are you like shouting yourself out? Are you excited when you add a coach? Are you taking the mic and saying, I'm going to ring the bell for this? And they're like, no, I don't want to come across as overconfident or cocky or anything like that. I was like, but that's showing everybody else that it's okay to talk about that. It's okay. Like when you come forward and you say, I just hit Success Club. This is how I did it. Now you teach everybody who's watching how to make it happen. You make us all better for it. It's not cocky. It's not overly confident. It's you training us on what you're doing as best practices, right? Okay, so let's do this. It was 15. How did you score? A 0 to 5, you got to walk your talk. Because you might want to build this business, but there's a disconnect. There's got to be a disconnect, okay? Because all 15 of these are necessary actions. Commit this month, the rest of the month, to using your social media as like your best friend accountability partner. Print and fill out your tracker daily and challenge yourself not to miss a single thing, okay? If you're a 6 through a 10, you're doing great, but become somebody we miss. Become somebody that is an asset to our team. So what are 3 things that you're doing really well in your business right now? And how can you share that with us? How can you become somebody that we would miss if you were gone because you are sharing such great information with us? And then look at your scoring. What is one area that you can really hone in on right now to improve on? And then make a plan for that and focus on filling in those gaps. Focus on the things that were no's and how can you flip those to yeses fast, right? And if you scored anywhere from 11 to 15, we all have room to grow. Even if you got a 15, we can all level up. This is where we focus excitement around new programs and launches like Salted Caramel Shakeology, like Muscle Burns Fat, right? Like Coach Summit coming up. If you're an 11 to 15, I should hear your voice every day on the team page, hyping the freaking heck out of something that's coming down the pipeline, right? Find an accountability partner that is also a level up so that you don't slip. Because it can be really easy in this stage, especially when you're running alone, to start to coast through something or to start to pull back because there aren't other people up in that zone with you, because the top is lonely, my friends. The bottom is saturated. There's a lot of people at the bottom. The top is lonely. So that's why it's so important to find somebody to keep you accountable. Schedule all live events, summit, retreats, get that stuff on your calendar and be the what do you call it? Like the forerunner for that, right? Create and commit to posting and marketing as your strategy. Look at how can you, create better content with strategy for what you're trying to achieve. Are you trying to hit a certain rank? Well, then your content strategy needs to be centered around talking about coaching and bringing people onto your team, right? Continue to foster personal growth and create enthusiasm again around joining your team. You've got this. So the idea, you guys, is we all want to get to 15 out of 15. We want all yeses here. That is like, that's the ultimate gut check. Interested. What did you guys, where did we score? How did we do? Oh, nice. 12, 13. 13, 10. You guys are leaders. Like, I hope you're on this call right now. 10, 13, yes. I hope you're on this call right now, like, realizing that those numbers mean you're a leader. Like, that's incredible. That's incredible. But again, it goes back to that personal belief. Do you believe you're a leader? Do you believe you have the energy or the knowledge to inspire others on our team? And I believe you do, but it goes back to that. What are the things limiting you in your business? They're also limiting you in your life, right? Those are probably also the things holding you back from believing that, you know, you are the leader and the path mover, right, for people. I love all this. I'm not ending. Oh my gosh, I almost just ended the meeting. That would have been so sad.